In this video, we'll be looking at planning your chats. Goes without saying, if you want to be good at chatbots, then really understanding how to write conversational copy is absolutely king and critical. The more important part is you want to make it fun, right? And you want to delight your visitors, leads, and customers. So planning this thing out really well is extremely important. I used to plan in this manner, so I'll show you what I did, which is this is in LeadsHook. I planned the LeadsHook funnel where, let me just blow it up a bit more and move this to the side, and essentially ended up having my conversation right here. I'll show you what this looks like inside LeadsHook after I created it, but just to plan this out, because the reason for this, or the other way to do it would be just post-it notes in a whiteboard or something, because you really are conversing. And this is probably my very first ones that I planned it out really well. These days I tend to go directly into LeadsHook. The idea is not to whether you go into LeadsHook first or last. It's more just making sure that you've thought through the flow that is extremely important here. So what is the conversation in the mind of the customer or the prospect? And what did you say in the ad and or content before they see your chatbot? What I mean by that is if it's, say for example, if you're doing an email blast or an SMS campaign, or if it's just cold traffic where they're seeing an ad and then they're coming through to some other advertorial or some other page before they see, then make sure that you plan it out this way. So I'm just going to pull this to the side here and draw it. Is take the ad that you've got. So let's say, for example, if that's my ad, and then take the let's say, for example, if that was going to be a landing page, and then let's suppose you had a chatbot connected after that. It doesn't matter, the exact steps don't matter so much, more the process here. And let's say, for example, if that's your chatbot, if you were to copy paste your ad, copy paste your landing page, and put let's say the first 2 or 3 nodes of your chatbot into one line like this, does it look like one conversation? If you did that and took pictures and put it in this manner, does it look like one conversation? And this is probably the most important part about the getting all this wrong, is I see that there's a lot of there's a break between the steps. And more importantly, for a chatbot, you want to make sure that the conversation carries on from what the landing page was about, and what's the open loop in the landing page before you bring them to the chatbot. So doing all the chatbot stuff is not that easy, where you're only going to start looking like, don't focus on the format just because it's kind of fancily does writing on the page. That's not the part that's going to make you money. The part that's really important is the psychology and the persuasion and the flow. So get that right first. And for that, I would normally say you want to work outside of LeadsHook, because it's just much easier. Normally I just work on a whiteboard these days, or a post-it note or something like this if you're sharing with the team or something, or working with a client. Then build it out inside LeadsHook. That way you can get all of these elements working before you start going into LeadsHook and building anything out. And this is probably where the money is made, actually, where you plan this out really well. So understand it's copy, making sure that you don't jump and skip too many steps. And if you do have multiple steps in your funnel, whether it be from email, solo ads, any other, whatever the pre-traffic is, or the pre-content is before they see your bot, that is the conversation flows through. And make sure that you do check for that when you in this creation process. Right? Thank you, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. We'll be looking at how to execute this really fast.